Hi everyone, welcome to the fourth episode of To Be Determined.
We're already on the fourth episode. Where did the time go?
I don't know, probably into the show.
Yeah, probably. Speaking of the time going, I hear Dexter has some pretty cool things to share from the past.
Let's take a look and see what's in the news today.
2020 has been one hell of a year.
With all this COVID-19 talk, all there really is to do is hang outside. Even got my mask.
With all of the protests and riots and everything else that's going on, we figured we'd share a more positive side of the news.
Every episode, we plan on sharing videos that give a lighter side of the news.
Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth episode of Choose Your News. I'm your host, Dexter, and as you can see, today I'm by myself again, but that is A-okay. We still have quite a few things to show you, so check it out. On this day in history, September 21st, Bill Murray turned 70 years old today. Bill Murray, who was born in Evanston, Illinois, is a well-known American actor, comedian, filmmaker, and writer who is known for his dry humor and deadpan delivery. Murray not only rose to fame because of his performances on Saturday Night Live, but he also earned an Emmy Award because of them as well. After this, he starred in a slew of other films, such as Caddyshack, Ghostbusters, and Groundhog Day. Bill Murray earned his second Emmy Award for his role in Olive Kitteridge, an HBO series, and more recently, in 2016, he received the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. On this day in history, 83 years ago in 1937, The Hobbit, written by J.R.R. Tolkien, was published in London. The book was an instant success, even to the point where the publisher was asking for a sequel. This led to the creation of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which was also a huge success. The story itself is about a character named Bilbo Baggins, a hobbit who goes on a quest to reclaim the kingdom of Erebor with a group of dwarves, after some convincing by a wizard named Gandalf. The book was later turned into a film in 2012 named The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. The film was nominated for many different awards, but won about 20 awards for a wide variety of different things. In short, the film was a huge financial success. On this day in history, September 22nd, 19 years ago, in 2001, a tribute to heroes aired simultaneously on 35 separate American TV networks. This was a commercial-free benefit concert that was started to help raise money for those affected by the 9/11 terrorist attacks. This event had its fair share of celebrities to help promote and run it, whether they were performing or if they were taking pledges from people as it was a telethon. Overall, the benefit raised $200 million from DVDs and CD sales. On this day in history, 35 years ago, in 1985, 80,000 people gathered in Champaign, Illinois to attend the first ever Farm Aid benefit concert. This benefit was organized by Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, and Neil Young to support family farmers who were fighting against corporate America and factory farms. At this time, family farms were being auctioned off to make way for factory farms and other businesses. Bob Dylan, Johnny Cash, B.B. King, Billy Joel, and many other country music stars performed at this event, which overall raised $9 million for U.S. family farmers. This event was the first of an annual event that ran for another 30 years. That about wraps it up for this week's episode of Choose Your News. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I hope to see you guys here next week for a better side of the news.
It's always nice to hear some good news once in a while.
It's definitely a nice change of pace for sure.
On that thought, let's change gears a little bit. What does Sam have for us today?
I'm pretty sure he's talking about how a movie can be ruined by a trailer.
Sounds intriguing. Well, let's see how this week's edition of... let's see how this week's edition of Naruto.
Ever get excited for a new movie and want to watch its trailer, only for the trailer just to ruin the entire movie? It's like, whoa, they just showed off all 3 acts of the movie, and I could piece it together and see how it goes. What's up with that? Is the movie so boring they have to show us all the important bits to grab the audience's attention? Or maybe they're just oblivious to this. Either way, my name's Sam, and welcome to Naruto, where I'll rant about my opinions on storytelling elements in movies, TV shows, games, and even anime. Today, gentlemen, we're going to be shifting away our focus from storytelling elements and focus on how to ruin your movie with one poorly done trailer. So you got yourself a movie, right? How can we ruin the movie before it comes out? It's actually easy. All we have to do is show off not only the 3 acts of the film, but maybe we show off the majority of a character's mental journey they go through. That might do it. So maybe the audience won't be surprised or have no sense of tension for the character if they just know beforehand that they're going to get everything that they wanted. Alright, maybe not. Maybe we gotta hype up some kind of mysterious villain. But before the trailer's over, we have to show off the villain. We just have to. We can't let the audience know. After that, we have to show them. They're dying to know. Alright, not your speed. Okay, let's say we take a dull movie, yeah, and maybe we spice it up with some old nostalgic song, right? And we'll edit it to that song, and we'll get people hyped up. Huh? How does that sound? Okay, let's take a peek at some great movie trailers that just absolutely ruined their movies. So, we got Wonder Woman 1984, Terminator Genesis, Suicide Squad, and James Bond, Spectre, and No Time to Die. These 5 movies all have great trailers that just absolutely ruin the tension or the possibility of enjoyment from watching the film. Alright, sometimes movie trailers just ruin the twist of the movie. And Terminator Genesis is here to show us how it's done. So, Terminators. Big scary robots, you love them, you hate them. They're known to be assassins, like infiltration units, who could just kill anybody at a whim, and sometimes they impersonate people we know and love. Alright, so hear me out. What if John Connor is a Terminator? That's a crazy twist, right? So, we got the trailer. It builds up this new timeline, and about halfway through the trailer, we drop the hugest bombshell ever. We reveal that John Connor is a Terminator in the film. That's crazy, right? What a great way to ruin our movie. We love having no tension at all and no twist for the audience to be amazed at when the movie comes out. And now, to be fair for the movie, it does start off with John Connor being grabbed by a Terminator, and so it's heavily implied that something's wrong. 30 minutes in, they reveal it, so it's cool. But it's not like the trailer didn't ruin it, and so no audience member was amazed when they saw it. Yeah, we can go that route. That's pretty cool. Alright, okay, maybe that's not your speed. Let's say we got a bore fest of a movie, and we gotta spice it up to trick people into watching it. How do we do this? Well, duh. We hire some kind of company that edits our trailer in some fashion to some nostalgic song, and it gets people hyped up to see it, right? Yeah, it makes the movie look 10 times better. It's like we're polishing copper to look like bronze, but in reality, it's not better. You're being hard to get. I get it. What if we go the James Bond route, all right? We make our trailers in a fashion that tell a story. It's compelling enough to get the audience attached. Maybe we just show off a little too much at some departments, but we tease the mysterious villain, huh? That's what those movies are known for. There's always some kind of big villain, right? Yeah, it's pretty ominous. But then, towards the end of the trailer, we just reveal who they are, effectively ruining the fun for the audience if they wanted to play a little guessing game during the movie. Why would you let your audience figure that out during the screen time? What's the point? We have to spoon feed everything to them. Wonder Woman 1984 shows off the 3 acts of the film. Let's break down the trailer and look at these little details and see what we can do with them. First, we see that Wonder Woman finds Steve Taylor again. She has some kind of new ability to swing on lightning like Spider-Man. We then see some political figure rant about giving the people a gain power in some fashion. I don't know. We actually then see Cheetah in her human form, who idolizes Wonder Woman. Then we see them get into some kind of confrontation, so something must have happened where Cheetah got powered up to fight Wonder Woman. Next, we see the political figure get a little bit more devious. This is obviously revealing that he's some kind of villain in the film. Then we finally see Wonder Woman gets powered up after losing the Cheetah in some fashion. She then confronts her again after Cheetah's transformed herself to the apex predator. And then after that, you can obviously figure out that Wonder Woman's gonna win. So, if we string all these little clips along and use our imagination to fill in the gaps, we can piece the movie perfectly. This trailer is literally just an extremely condensed version of the movie without any payoff from some scenes. So pick your poison, edit your movie like one of these 5 movies did. I'm sure it'll be a hit. So, you got yourself a movie and you want to ruin it with a trailer. There are multiple ways to do this. Like I said, we can show off the protagonist going through the classic hero journey, or the entire 3 acts of the film, or we could ruin the big twist. On the other hand, we could edit the trailer to some nostalgic song and hype it up, when in reality, the movie really isn't that good. Alright, maybe just maybe, we tease the villain, implying that there's some kind of big threat, just to show it off about halfway through the trailer, effectively ruining it for the audience. All these methods are perfect ways to ruin all chances of your audience carrying any emotion during the screen time. And that, my friend, is how you ruin your movie with a trailer.
Interesting.
Yeah, Sam always has some pretty interesting topics to share with us, talking about movies and trailers.
Now on a change of subjects, let's see what the folks from the cooking show have for us today.
Oh yeah, aren't they making homemade cheese curds? It sounds really good. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Maddie,
And I'm Kiana.
and today we are going to make cheese curds. So, what you're going to need is garlic salt, baking soda, flour, cheese curds, buttermilk, 1 egg, and some oil.
Let's get started.
So, let's go.
So first, you're going to want to put in all of your ingredients besides the cheese curds and the oil into a bowl and mix it up.
Okay, so now
It should look like this.
should look a little like ranch after the end.
It should look like ranch. Now we're
That's what
going
it does look
to
like.
warm up the oil and then
Put the cheese.
cover these in the batter.
This is the finished product of the cheese curds. So now,
Let's try one.
so we have to try one, or we're gonna try one.
That one was good.
Did I do good on some of them?
I give it like 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5, 8. We were supposed to freeze the cheese curds before we made them into the cheese curds now,
We didn't have that,
but we didn't know that at the time.
but that's okay.
Okay. Well, I'm Maddie,
I'm Kiana.
and this is the cooking show. Bye.
And now I want some cheese curds.
You know what? It's a real shame they don't bring us any samples for the show.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Maybe next week, right?
Anyways, next up is something about music.
Yep, and today's tunes come from Everyday Electronics. Let's check it out.
Hello, and welcome to Something About Music, the show where we take sounds from everyday things and environments and process it into music. In today's episode, we're going to be focusing on electronics. Now it's time to start processing.
Alright, so as you can see, I got all of my patterns right here, and in those patterns are all of these sounds that I've previously recorded. The first three patterns are the melody, which each are different sounds. So I'll open up the first pattern, which is the main noise I use, which is the charging of the iPhone. The second sound and the third sound, actually, they both come from my PlayStation. And they all follow the same pattern. It sounded good, like they harmonized together, kind of. And then I have the clicking from turning my lamp on, which kind of sounds like a drum in a way, kind of. And then the text notification, like ding sound, which I use here. And then from there, we go to this next pattern, which has three different sounds on it. The texting, receive, and send sounds, and also a noise that plays when I start up my TV, which worked pretty well, actually. And then I added a bass just to kind of tie it all together. It's right there. And the pattern that I use for this is also pretty similar to the melody. So that's basically it. I also added a noise gate, or not a noise gate, an automation, noise automation, and that's basically it. So yeah. Not too shabby, if I say so myself.
You guys do make some pretty cool stuff every week.
Thanks. Just like the zombie show.
But before we get to that, let's take a quick commercial break.
For over 20 years, Anduzzi's has served our guests, from weddings to birthdays to football season. With new menu options, daily deals, and us opening at 10 Saturday and Sunday, let your fun start early and end late. We have new floors, more TVs, and a dance floor to get your groove on. Or take the night upstairs to a beautiful patio with a beautiful view. Best part is, there's more than one Anduzzi's.
And we're back.
Next up, the fourth episode of The Zombie Show.
Let's see what the survivor is up to today. Check it out.
Anything in here? You open up Blender, delete the default cube, make a plane, go to CCO textures, get a free texture there, throw that on, get all the normal maps displayed in maps, throw that in, make a bunch of nodes, this node, and this node. Let's think about it. Looks like this. And then without it, it looks like this. So big difference. Then get a suit that's worth a lot of money, walk in it, then animate it a little bit, and then throw it into your Rococo. Rococo is a free program that you can get, but the suit costs a lot of money. Then after that, export the data, mocap data, throw it in Blender, get the Rococo Blender add-on. Then you can retarget your animation. Select the Rococo biped, and then select your biped, and then retarget that. And then look at this, your biped's walking now. And look, the zombie here I got from Mixamo. It's free. And then after that, import your green screen footage into Blender. Then you gotta track all the data, or track all your points. Make sure you have a green screen like this. We have like a bunch of like points on the green screen which you can track. Without it, it can't track. Then, once you have that, then you can import your green screen right into the scene. And then it looks like this. Looks good. It even works with shadows and lighting too. If you want to add in your own shadows and lights, it works. So it looks like you're just there. Once you're all done with that, compile all of that, throw it into Premiere or After Effects, and then make some music and Fruity Loops or somewhere. Render it out, and you get this.
Interesting stuff every week. I wonder what's going to happen next week.
I guess you have to wait and see.
Well, that wraps it up for this week's episode of TC Weekly, to be determined.
As always, feel free to follow us on Instagram at DMTNWC, and don't forget to check in next week.
Thank you for all your support, and we'll see you here next week.